Okay, and we should be live at this point. So welcome to the stream. If you are joining right now, if you are watching the recording, welcome to the recording. And today will be probably a fun day. It's the 10th session, so it kind of lines up nicely. One thing I was looking for was how the heck do we determine how well everything is working? And of course, we can write more tests and everything, and that's definitely something I will do. But there's definitely another way to do things, which is just grab a lot of data from the internet. So what I did, where's my window? This one. I managed to look online and I found two Sudoku databases. I have absolutely no idea how, what's the quality of these files. They could be complete trash, but basically we have a 160 megabyte file and 1.4 gigabyte file. And what these files are is just Sudokus. So you have the puzzle input and the solution. And I think actually this is from the same guy, so I think they're actually not the same. Okay, anyway. So we definitely have a lot of puzzles to test with. I'm pretty sure if we just try to have our solver check through the 1.4 gigabytes of Sudokus, that would take a while. So we probably won't be doing that. But this will be a very neat way to kind of see, what's the proportion of Sudoku puzzles that we can currently solve. Apart from that, what I want to work on today is have a look at our swordfish. So yesterday, when I turned on the statistics, let me actually do that right now. So if I run our main Sudoku thing, right now what we do is we actually output solver stats. So this basically tells us, okay, for this puzzle, this solver used this particular approach this many times. So in this case, it used the hidden and naked groups 2 times, and 1 time it used the intersections, and then it had basically nothing it could, improve the solution. So it just bailed out, and it didn't actually manage to solve the puzzle. So here you can see kind of where it gotten. This is, the dots are the eliminated possibilities, and the numbers you see are still, the possible solutions. But the thing is, looking through these stats, intersections do get used. So that's good. So they seem to work. But our swordfish never gets used. And now the thing is, it's definitely possible that there are simply no opportunities to use swordfish. It is definitely possible. However, I'm kind of doubting that. So I want to see if there is something wrong with our implementation. Which, considering that I just, hacked this together very quickly, is a definite possibility. There could be bugs. So that's another thing. What I also did was I actually took so just FYI, these are all very hard puzzles that I'm testing with. But I basically took the last puzzle, and I put it into, what is it called? Andoku Sudoku or something. It's an Android app. And that one told me that basically to make progress from this state, I need to implement, not implement, it basically told me, hey, use this solving technique. But for what it means for the solver is I actually need to implement that solving technique, and that solving technique was a finned swordfish, which kind of falls into the category of, it's almost like backtracking. It's kind of, you run into a situation where you have these 2 variants and only one of them is can be true at the same time, and then you basically eliminate one of the 2 options somehow. So if we want to improve our solver, that might be the best next step. I'm not sure. We will see. First things first, we want to, check if our swordfish is actually broken or if it actually works. And then, we can think about the fiend variants. And there's also other techniques we didn't even look at, so let me just jump to this quickly. There's the Sudoku, what the heck was it called? Squid technique. I think it was Squid now. Am I misremembering the name? Maybe I'm misremembering the name. Give me just a quick second. No, Jellyfish, not Squid. Yes, okay. So Jellyfish. Jellyfish is another crazy technique that we might use. Yeah, so it's kind of an expanded version of Swordfish. And this does look like something that should be implementable. We need to think about like what's what are the most impactful techniques that we should implement. But to do that, we need to finish our benchmark. So yes, let's try to do that. Okay. So these are just CSV files. And I can kind of ignore that fact because it's just like a bunch of lines with, puzzle, comma, solution. So what I'm thinking is I would just add an option to the Sudoku binary to have a flag that's the file name, and another flag that would specify the number of puzzles that we want to go through. Since it's lines, maybe even an offset, so we can. What I want to avoid is like having it like. I definitely don't want it to run on like all the files because that's crazy. Like 1.4 gigabyte, like that would take ages. I mean, our solver is pretty fast, but like still, like it will take a long time to go through that. Yeah, I'm kind of. Yeah, file name, offset, and the number of puzzles. So that's basically like start on line X and then read Y lines or something like that. And yeah, let's just assume that the format is one line per puzzle, and the line is in format the input and then the solution. Okay, let's do that. How do I do flags? That's a question. I think so far I didn't pull in anything that would do flags. I guess for this I don't have to go super fancy. I can just do very simple flags. So let's just do. Okay, so this is the main. You know what? Let me just rename this first. Rename. Simple puzzles. And then let's create a new main here. Okay. Or is there like a simple library that I can use for flags? Let's see, C++. Flags. I could use the Google Flags library, but so far I haven't put in the upsell libraries. Like I might do that anyway, like at some point, but let's see. Okay, so there's a POSIX library, and there's a GNU library. A little bit tricky is that we also compile on Windows in our continuous integration. So I'm not quite sure if this would work. Probably not. Should I just pull in upsell just for flags? Okay, let's see. Let's just do a quick check. So CMake upsell. Because so far I only use it in Bazel, so I'm actually not sure how to do this. We just clone it. Just want you to clone it into a directory? That's weird. I'm sure there's a way to pull it in through CMake. Yeah, I'm not super fond of the idea just like having it cloned simply through Git. I mean, it would work, but it's kind of... it's not fully self-contained, like the way I integrate with the Google test. If I just quickly jump to that, where the heck is it, right? No, it's not here, it's in here, right? So somewhere here, right? So here I just read this CMake list txt.in, and that one actually like downloads. Actually, would that work if I just like basically copy pasted this and made it for upsell? It should work, right? I've never done that. Huh. Let's just try searching for CMake lists txt.in and upsell. Yeah, this is so annoying. They keep just cloning it manually. I wonder. Let's just try it. Okay, let's go back to our command line. I mean, nothing horrible will happen if we just try, right? Nothing will explode. I don't think I can put it into the same file, maybe. Let's just do this. Right projects. Upsell download, external projects, upsell. So the URL is this one. Right. And I think they want us to clone it into upsell CPP. Not sure about the build. Okay, and let's just try to do this. So this thing, did I call it? I call it upsell CMake. Okay. Upsell downloads CMake lists. Okay. I guess that works. Yes, and they want us to do the build as well, right? Clone it. Huh. Well, let's just see what happens. So build. Not much happened. Yeah, I've never done this kind of magic with CMake. Unfortunately. Okay, I think I will need to investigate this offline. In the meantime, let's just do this the hardcore way. Right. So we either have one parameter and then we just call the simple puzzles, or we expect 4 of them. So this would be the file name, offset, and count. And then we just do run benchmark with 1, 2, and 3. And if we are still here, then we just bail out with an error. So right, and okay. Okay, something like this. Right, and now we need the run benchmark. Not main. Right. Okay. Let's do this. So let's just see if this works actually as it is. Yeah, it doesn't like unused parameters, but it's fine. What I want though is just add like wrong flag in there, and now if I run it, yes, it complains. Good. That is what I wanted to happen. So now in here, I need to convert the offset and puzzle count to integers, or well, numbers. Doesn't necessarily have to be integers. There was something in the new versions of C++. Okay, so these are the old ones, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, okay, like this will be good enough for us. I guess we need the long though. Although, do we? Wait, let's just think about it. So this is... Yeah, we are just talking about gigabytes, so no, we don't need the long, but I guess might as well. So I want to do it on the offset. The end pointer is output. Oops. Is 10, so Oops. Some offset and the pass account. Right. What are you complaining about? Nothing? Yeah, nothing, I guess. Okay. We should check if these are not malformed. So that, okay, let's see. Point. Okay. Well, there's plenty of things we would have to check to make it perfect. But I guess for our purposes, we need to check if and actually if it's null pointer or not like that. This. Okay, so then we have an error because there was some garbage in the input. So we just return error. Right. And this will be the pass account number and return non-zero. Okay. So now we can just read through the file. And for that, I guess we just can use if stream. And how the heck does if stream work again? Constructor, file name, open mode, by default in, so that's fine. It's just, I guess, just a file name. Right. So we can just do this. And wait a second. Yeah, if it's not open, that there was something obviously wrong. So I guess then we just want to do get lines. Is it get line? Get line. Takes an iStream, string, and a delimiter, sure. Okay. So first, we just want to... Is there like something where we could just skip through the data? I wonder. Let's go back to if stream. Oh, so this also has a get line, but I think this one is... Yeah, this one is char star. So we don't want this one. Okay, this is just reading with the size. Yeah, I kind of think we need to do the get lines. I don't think there's like a way to seek until a character or something like that. At least not that I'm aware. Okay. Line, and I guess we just want to reserve it. So the length of each line will be 2 Sudoku puzzles, which is 81 characters each, plus a comma, plus a new line. So that's like 164. Okay. So for okay, I will need to test this if this is actually correct. Basically, want to skip over the first offset number of lines. And what does the get line return? Get line returns a stream. Yeah, okay, we can just do stream.ok, right? Right. Yeah, breakout if we run out of lines. If not f dot, it's not okay. It's oh, it's bad. It's not okay. Perfect. Other way around. If f dot bad. If it's bad, we want to bail out with an error because we just seeked for the offset and something happened. And now we actually want to solve the puzzles. So now we want to do 4 in 6040. And what did I call it? CNT, right? Yes, CNT. And what do you want to do? We want to figure out where the divider in the line is. Let me just check the file format again. Yeah, there's like no spaces, no anything special, so it's literally just the input, and we can already parse this, I think, and then the output, right? Is there a string split thing, or do I need to do a find on a string? Let's see. String. Yeah, I think I just need to do a find. That's okay. So line dot find. We want to find the comma, so this will give us a position. Then I want to do line dot substring. Substring takes position from and the number. So the number of elements is actually the position of the comma, and from will be 0. So this will be the input, and the output will be output will be a substring starting on +1, and then the number of elements will be length of the string. Oh, these are always wrecking my brain. Minus +1, I think. No, -2 actually should be. Is that correct? Okay, pen and paper time. Okay, and this is the comma, that like is 4, -1, that's 3, -1 is 2. Okay, just -1, okay. As usual, I got this wrong. Okay, so this should give us the input and output. I just need to quickly double check. Oh, of course, before that I actually need to do the get line. Actually, I want exactly this one. Why is this indented so weirdly? Okay. So we get the line, we break it up. Okay, one thing I want to quickly check is, does getLine keep the new line character in? Because that's definitely something I don't know. Extract it, but it's not appended to the string. Okay, perfect. So the new line will not be part of the string. So this should, the code I wrote should be working fine. So now I have the input output, and now then I just want to make a Sudoku s size 9 that basic. Oh, how the heck am I using it? Yes, Sudoku size. Okay, that should be fine. Now I need to make a string stream out of this. Oh, then actually, wait a second. How exactly am I reading it here? How? Where's the input thing? Here it is. Okay. Okay, I read it character by character. So I actually don't need getLine. Okay. I've totally forgotten about that. Right. So then, instead of doing this kind of magic, I can just do read from the file. Then we will have we expect the comma after we have read the Sudoku puzzle. Right. And now we still need to read the output, but actually we can just read it as a string because there is a new line after that. Okay, that slightly simplifies the code. So now we want to do s dot. Oh, yeah, this one. Sudoku and the stats. Yes, and I actually want to have also global stats because I want to see across all the benchmark how many times were the different solving methods used. So I will definitely need what the heck do we call it? Ah, here, okay. Oh yeah, because it's defined in this file, in the main. Right. Okay, so this would be our global stats, local stats. So for the stats, and this returns, I think this returns true if it managed to solve the Sudoku. Yes. Okay. Then I guess we also want to keep like a basic stats, like number of solved Sudokus. Yeah, we want like number of solved. If you run into any that are incorrect, as in our solution doesn't match the solution in the file, which could be either way, like it could be the file is broken, it could be we have some bug somewhere. Solved incorrect, and I guess that's it, right? Like as far as did we solve it, that's all we need to do. So if we solved it, if we didn't solve it, if we didn't solve it, we actually don't do anything. Just do output clear. Right. If we did solve it, yes, so solve plus plus, then stats and I will need to implement this method because we don't have plus equals on the stats object. And I also want to check this if the solution actually matches, so we just go over the puzzle. So if output at position minus a 0 is not the same thing, as Sudoku. Oh, I just call it S, right? At ij, then I know this is incorrect. What are you? Oh, Sudoku square. Value, right? And here, if the puzzle is incorrect, we'll increment incorrect, and probably we want to know if this happens. So and the index will be I plus offset, yes, like this. Plus 1, because the first line is just the header of the file. Okay. Output here. And then down here we just want to do a big output. So okay, so what do we want to output? We want to output solved then out of the salt, this many were incorrect. Okay. And then just dump the stats afterwards. I think the stats already have a header. Let me check. Yes, they do. So now I just need to implement the plus equals. Right. And this will be reasonably simple. So I want to go over that. Well, that was the one that isn't the map. And I want to do groups v dot first plus equals v dot second, then intersections plus equals stats this, and another loop over the swordfish map like this. Right. Okay. Let's go back down. So I don't need this header because that one will be already there. I guess that's it. Let's see. No return. Ah, yes. Okay. Ah, yes, we already have an I. Let's just make it XY then. XY. XY. And I also forgot to increase the position. Okay, let's see. We change the configuration. So now it wants the file name, which in our case, yeah, okay. And it was, let's just work with the 160 meg one first. So right? Let's do offset 0 and let's do 10 puzzles. Ay. Something's wrong, I suspect. Okay, let's see. Let's debug. So let's see, count, offset are correct. Fstream is apparently open, so that's fine. So this should happen once. Wait a second. How did that happen? How did that make that type of error? That's interesting. Okay. Let's see, maybe it works now. So 10 out of 10. Okay. So let's ramp up the difficulty then. Let's go for 1000. Okay, seems like this dataset has very easy puzzles or something. Because like we just break them with just singles and that's it. Let's do 10,000. Yeah, this looks like these are trivial puzzles. Which means we will not really be able to benchmark our solver with these. Hey, this is annoying. I was hoping for a little bit more. But I mean, we can always create our own benchmark file. Well, actually, let me just transfer these puzzles into a CSV. Yeah. So these are the very hard puzzles that I grabbed from one website. I don't even remember which one anymore. But yeah, these were giving us issues. But yeah, this is crazy. Like out of the first 10,000, like all of them can just be cracked with trivial, you know, very basic elimination. There's like nothing special. I mean, to be fair, like these data sets, like this is some guy that just ran like a publicly available Sudoku generator. So it's possible that the generator he used was particularly weak and it would just always generate very easy puzzles. So yeah, let's try the other file. Let's see, that was the file name was 1400. Yeah, the 10,000 puzzles is starting to stress our server for sure. Ah! Oh wow, wow! Okay, this is a much better file. I like it. So we solved 9,805 puzzles out of the 10,000. That's amazing. So that's like, we actually do have a pretty good success rate. It's really the hardest puzzles that we are failing at. Cool. And actually we have one instance of swordfish. Well, okay, so it's size 2, so that's technically X-Wing, because X-Wing is like a special case of swordfish, just with like two rows and 2 columns. But yes, I mean, this is freaking amazing, and this is making me super happy. Okay, I think I will do... I will need to do that offline because I have no idea how long that will run. I will just run the solver on the entire file, because these stats are actually amazing. Like, the intersections actually do get hit a lot. I'm quite surprised. Like, one thing I was really worried, because in our small test the intersections were not useful at all. But it looks like that actually in normal puzzles, this is like the most impactful thing. Which makes sense. Like, I mean, when I'm solving Sudoku puzzles, like, this is the thing that is super impactful every time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, is basically if you have 2 blocks intersecting, and in one of the 2 blocks, it basically means like intersection of like a row and a 3x3 block, or a column and a 3x3 block. And if one of those basically forces a number in the into the intersection, so actually let me just, I haven't played with online. Where the heck is it? I don't have it anymore here. Oh shoot, I actually need... Okay, so imagine that you have... Let's do corner, right? So imagine that we are looking at this column and this square, right? So let's say that in this square, like, you have already filled all these numbers, and you know that 1 has to be somewhere here. Well, if that happens, like if this square is forcing the 1 into this column, that means that the 1 cannot be here or here, because since it has to be in one of these 3 spaces, obviously, you know, it would be a conflict with all of these other squares. So that's kind of what the intersections do. They can be super impactful on like cleaning out things out of the puzzle. But I'm actually, like, I'm genuinely surprised by the, like, how high the number is. But it's amazing. Like, this is great. Cool. Which means we do have the benchmark. So, I mean, the next thing I wanted to do is to test our swordfish, which I still want to do, but it seems it's actually working. So maybe that's not an issue. Okay, another thing I wanted to look into that isn't on the list of things to do is actually, right now we're using Google Test. It's a little bit of a... It's a cumbersome framework. Like, it's very big, you need to download it and whatnot. And I think it's actually Google Test that's causing our coverage to be like weird. I mean, if I go back to our GitHub, right, like, it's showing coverage 14%, But if you look at the actual coverage, like it's all screwed up. Like it's saying that the test itself is 100% covered, but then like the code isn't, which is kind of like all on top of its head. Like it should be the other way around. Like I don't care, like the tests are way covered because they are providing the coverage. So I mean, yes, there's something completely broken about this. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it's basically reporting, like, okay, it's reporting coverage for this file, but like otherwise nothing out of the other files is covered, which I'm like, what? That doesn't sound correct to me, because I'm obviously testing the code, so something has to be covered. So yeah, there's something weird happening. And part of the problem could be that I'm using a template for C++ projects in CMake. And that one was actually built to use catch. So I suspect that because I'm using Google Tests, I'm kind of breaking some assumptions in the template. Because there's like this test directory. Okay, yeah, let's do that. We did the exciting thing, now it's time to actually do the boring thing for a bit, and then come back to the exciting stuff again. So let's have a look at catch. But I think first I want to go back to the CPP starter project. Okay, so I guess there's like 3 different type of tests. Just based on the test prefix. Okay, let's see if we can make it work. So I think I just ripped out the part that has to do with testing somewhere here. Yes, this one, if enable testing. Yes, okay. But I think I also need to include Conan for this because I think the testing CMake is actually using it. It's executable. I guess. Okay, let's see. So just to test it, let's just grab this. Now don't want to edit the targets. And I guess I need the catch main as well. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I don't have the Conan file. Right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I didn't install. I thought I did. What the heck? Yes, I do have Conan. Oh, I need to do reconfigure. Do I? Yeah, I think I do. Right. So. Oops. Because I called it test, not tests, of course. Refactor. That's. Let's see if that works. Not real CMake thingy. Okay. So it did pick up on this test. Okay. Let's see. We can just move our test to here. Switch over to catch. Okay, now I need to actually figure out how to use catch. I expect like the methods are very similar. Right, assertion macros. Check and require. Okay, so they don't have like okay. Slightly different, but that's fine. And yeah, they also have matchers. Unordered equals. Yes. So require that. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's try to convert one test and let's see if that works for us. So first of all, let's just do it on the square test because that one is pretty easy. So now that includes, let's do this one. So they call it a test case. And I don't think it's, yeah, there's no anonymous namespace happening, so sure. And okay, these are strings. So these are just plain strings, and this is what? This is like a tag or something? Tutorial. Tags, okay. Yes, okay. So this is just a plain text thing. This can be like this, testing empty square. So now, yeah, it doesn't see the header. I will need to fix that later, but oh, can you do the macros accept like annotations the same as the Google test ones? Because that's quite useful. I don't see that. That's annoying. Maybe you cannot do that in patch. I mean, it's kind of, if I change it to the BDD style, you don't really need those annotations. Well, ish, right? You kind of describe what you are doing in the BDD style. And then I get like this kind of output, but yeah. I will just comment this out for now. And then I guess we either just leave it as it is or come back and fix it. Right. Okay. This will get commented out. Alright. Okay. Now I need to basically add this here. Let's see what happens if I do that. Did it do anything? Okay. It's another tricky thing. Because with Google Test, it's a bit silly. You need to make a special function to get at that. But okay, so what are we actually trying to access that's private? I totally forgot. Okay, let's try to build it. It will fail. Yes. Okay. So this actually seems to work, but I'm still getting this error, which I was kind of hoping would go away. So yeah, that kind of makes me wonder if this will actually fix it. But I mean, it seems to be working, and since this template I'm using is more made for this, then let's just make the transition. Okay, so this is fine. Okay, so I guess we'll make the same changes here. Okay. Oh wait. So these go away, and instead of that we have fetch library. Okay. Right. I'm really wondering if this will actually help or not. Right, now we will need the matchers, so this will be require that, and now what was it again? The reference matchers, right? Require that. Another equals Ah, yes, edge measures. Okay. I'll require that result another equals this thing. And I guess I need to wrap the entire field into vector unsigned and like that. Okay. Just the same here. So require that these two are the same and require that result one of the equals and the vectors like that. Oops, like that. I need a new test case. Wait a second. Oh, this is recursive number find, right? Require these two are equal again, and again, you can just copy paste this. Okay. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Fish Kung Fu. It's a very good username. Okay. All right. And the last one, I think, I hope, yes. Require that these two are the same, and just this thing again. Okay, let's see. I think I have the stray, yes, the namespace here. Actually, that's fine. But I need to add it into the CMake. So this was block checker. Let's reload. Yes, this is private. Yeah, I think I will. Just make a function for this. So this will take. Okay, so this is a Sudoku square. So this will take square, and the value is unit 64 s dot that, and I need to make this a friend of square. Right, test the right value, and then I just need to use it in the block checker test. So test override value with 0, and let's see if that actually works. Yeah, okay, it's complaining about the next line, so good. Right. So line 1 with this. Okay. And this is last one. Right. Okay. Okay, and here we have exactly the same problem. So test and value. Yeah, let's do it like that. Right. Okay, getting there slowly. 6. Okay, 7. 8. And we are done. Okay, cool. So, right, there's a bunch of, oh yes. I think what I need to do is, okay, these all go away. I basically need to make a library out of everything that's not the main and call it Sudoku lib. Let's just link it against that. Oh, but I didn't fix this thing here, so yeah. Oh, probably not this one. Right. Okay, cool. So the block checker test works. Okay. Then the square test works, I guess. And the last one is the Sudoku test. Okay, this one is very basic. So require that this is 3. Okay. Yeah, this test definitely requires improving, but for now, that's fine. I just edit here. So this will be Sudoku tests. Okay. Oh, it still thinks that this is Google test because, oh yes. I need the new header. Right. I don't know why it still thinks that this is a... Oh, so another Google test here. Yes, because you access the internal structures again. Sure. Makes sense. Yes, accessing the block mappings. So I actually don't... Okay, I need a function here which will give me the block mappings out of the Sudoku. So that will be... Okay, this, I want this. So let's edit here. Let's get mappings. From S dot block mapping, right? And this thing needs to be a friend of Sudoku, right? horrible formatting, but I guess I can live with that. Yes. So test get my pings from test 3, and now I can do that. Yeah, I also need the access to the data. Okay, this test is really bad. But actually, I don't really. I want to get the row size, then basically just this. But I need the lm from the block. So on the block checker, I need access to the lm, right? So I need I need another function that will just get me the element. So this will be Sudoku block type. Okay. Yeah, I screwed up the names a little bit. Right, it should be fine. Yes, that I know it's private. But now I just go here. Make it a friend. Okay. Then I need to change this piece of code. First get block data from this thing. CEST conversions. Okay. Seriously? Double the reference? What? I mean, yes, I mean, you are not a Google test. I don't know why this is thinking this is a Google test. Because it very clearly is not. Is there some leftover graph that I forgot to clean up? I'm not sure. I mean, here I just have the library. Actually, let's just get completely rid of the Google test thing, because now we don't need it anymore. Right, reload. And then over here, we can grab this thing and just get rid of it. Yes. reload. It still doesn't seem to be happy. Okay, let's just reconfigure everything. Actually, make clean and now reconfigure. Ccache, client ID. Let's see. He still thinks it's a Google test. It's some sort of leftover that I will need to clean up. Oh joy, notice found. Oh. Well, that's not good news. I mean, testing should be enabled, right? Let's just use the nuclear option. Yeah, I just want to make sure I have all these files tracked by Git before I do some weird stuff and accidentally delete things. Okay, let's see. So now I'm going to build. Actually, let's see. Well, we actually don't need the CMake in anymore. Yeah, okay. So CMake configure. Okay, like, first of all, I will just get rid of this because this is beyond annoying. Let's see. We would use configure. Okay, everything seems to be fine. Okay. Okay, we have a bunch of unused functions, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, okay. So, no test found. Yeah, I think it's still not correctly registering. Let's go back to the template. Oh yeah, we got rid of this actually. Interesting. Catch discover test. So what? How does this exactly work? Test name. Okay. So I guess I need to call it for all of my tests. That's a bit annoying, but I mean, I guess. Okay, now it actually built the tests. That's good. Okay, so now it actually runs the tests. I guess that looks correct. Well, there's only one way to figure it out, so let's where the heck am I? Oh, in build. Okay. Right. Actually, before I do that, I want to quickly just reformat the entire project. Reformat code, optimize imports. Sure. Clean up. Sure. Run. So what did you do? Well, I'm okay with some of the changes, not exactly with all of them, and especially I don't think I want to change that where thing. CMake files, sure, that's fine. Actually, I want to get rid of the tests because yeah. Oops. Right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, so this is actually a big change. I should have split it into multiple things, but okay. Support and switch from Google test in page 2. Right. So let's see if our integration, continuous integration, explodes, or if things, if things still work. This here push, yeah. Yep. Right. GitHub. Let's see. This. Yeah, Conan executable not found. Great. I think that's a problem of I again forgot to copy something. Where did why do I keep closing that tab? Okay, let's see. Pip install user Conan, yes. I think we don't have that. Let's see. Oh. Okay, did this break or work? Okay, so this is compiling, seems to work. Let's see. Yes, and we might be able to clean up the weird building rules that we introduced just to make Google Test work with Upware. I don't think that's needed anymore, actually. Okay, so this succeeded now, which is good. Is this thing anymore? Okay, so it didn't get the last one yet. Let's see. Okay, while it's building, I will take a short break. Okay, and I'm back. Um, did my no music didn't stop? Okay, strangely synchronized to me switching over. Okay, so the thing passed. Does this look any better? Nope, it doesn't. Why the heck is this broken? I don't get it. No tracked files changed. Yeah, I really need to ask someone external to help me figure this out, because I really have no clue why this is. Yeah, this should be working, but I really don't understand why it's not. Anyway, that's done. So now we are using the catch framework. This thing still thinks that I don't know, like, what file to delete, or what should I do for it to notice that that's not a Google test. Yeah. I wonder, are these tests actually working? Let's just try to break something. Yeah, I mean, they are working, okay. It just wasn't really returning anything. Okay. So the next thing to do, since we have the benchmark and I have cleaned up the tests, I mean, I can actually go and write the test, but that's boring. I think I will. What's the time? Yeah. Let's try to have a look at the finned swordfish variant. But I actually first need to understand what the heck it actually is. Well, let's look at the finned X-Wing, because that's kind of the same idea, but slightly more limited. Okay, so we almost have an X-Wing. Yes, except for F5, okay. Ah. Oh, okay. So geez, this will be pretty complicated to implement. So basically, what's happening here is, if we just had these four, it would be a proper X-wing, and we could eliminate this 7. But it's not an X-wing because we have this one extra 7 here. But like either the 7 is in this square or it's part of the X-wing, which means like it will be either here or here, which forces it here, which still eliminates this 7. But this 7 also eliminates this 7. So it's kind of like, if we have a column or row that has more than one that has more than one instance of the number, I mean an extra instance of the number, if like the extra instance is contained within a block with another instance, then it's okay. Ooh, this is hardcore. I don't know how to implement this. And I guess it would work even if there are like multiple fins, right? If F6 was empty and contained the candidate 7, it would still be an extension of the same fin, yes. Yeah, but this really screws up the logic how we actually find the swordfish, because so right now what we do, we just check, go over the rows or columns, and if like the number of instances of the number no, sorry. So when we are going, so in this case we will be going over the rows, right, for number 7, and we would conclude that we would be going over the columns in this case. So we would conclude that for columns A and F, if the 7 wasn't here, for the columns A and F, there are 2 rows where the 7 is completely contained within those, for these columns. So since it's 2 columns and the number is contained within 2 rows, that's a X-wing. What this is kind of saying is, within this check where we figure out how many rows, within how many rows the number is contained, we also need to consider the fact that the number can spread across a block, which is still fine. So should we just count the number of blocks it's spread over? Well, okay, no, because it's not an X-wing if it's not on the same row. So it still needs to be on the same row, but we kind of want to reuse the number to only count the blocks. Oh, jeez. Also, I wonder, like, can we have multiple fins? And I think if I go to swordfish, where the heck is it? Fin swordfish. Yeah, so this is the same idea. Then this space here is the extra one. Otherwise we have 1, 2, 3 columns and 1, 2, 3 rows. Yeah, it's basically like when we are doing the check, we only want to count oh jeez. The thing is, I really think that if we implement this, this will be super powerful, but I'm really not quite sure how to implement it. So right now, again, I just check, if I'm looking for columns, I just check the number of rows. Which works because we have already, like, we always ramp up the difficulty on the, like, on the methods we apply. So inherently there's no way we could have like missed like a smaller one. Like if there is a situation where yeah, like there's a row that isn't really paired up, so there's like a smaller swordfish present. I mean, it wouldn't even be a swordfish, it would be yeah. It's basically saying like the number of affected columns can be higher if the columns share a block. So when I'm doing this, should I really just count the number of blocks? Does that mean that I can have Does it really mean that swordfish can only be 3 by 3? I have actually not considered that. Yes, because like where would you put the fourth one? Oh, this is cool. I totally missed that point. Yes, I mean, yeah, totally. Like this cannot happen. So yeah, it's basically X-Wing is just like size 2 swordfish and then size 3, and you cannot have a size 4 on a 9x9 Sudoku because there's nowhere to put the fourth pair because it would screw up the squares. Or am I wrong? I also kind of think like we should be able to have multiple fins, no? So I mean, look at this example, right? Like if the 8 could be here and here, well, it's still like either it's here or it's the swordfish. Oh, but then it can be here and then it breaks. Okay. So it needs to be only one fin. No, but if it's here and here, then we can still eliminate the same thing. But wait, can it be here and still be the swordfish? I don't know. Okay, let's just Google for that. I'm really curious. Oh, but this is a 6x6 swordfish. So you can have a... Oh, I'm just confusing myself. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, this is not a fin swordfish. Okay, I think I will need to like read up more on this because I'm quite unsure if I actually understand these methods correctly. And this actually looks pretty good. I should just bookmark this. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I need to read this. So I guess that would mean that's enough for today. I guess I should also update the README with the information on the where I got the data sets and stuff. Okay. So this is the big data set, the one that actually works. Right. And oh yes, I wanted to do a benchmark where a benchmark where I can actually go through the entire file. I don't have to specify the offset and stuff, right? Okay, so let's do, first of all, the README file. Right. Wait, I want yes. Okay. Then basically, if I only get a file, okay. If I only get a file, then it also should work. So actually, let's just do this. Yeah, okay. And I will need to change this function a bit around. So my round benchmark 60/40 count. So this thing will just return the other one. right? And then okay, let's see. So I guess I can make this thing a function. Okay. Refactor extract method, I guess. Yes. What do you call it? Not rewind. Seek, I guess. Seek lines. Okay. Extract. Okay, where you put it? It's line F. What? Okay, I'm confused. I don't understand what it's complaining about. Oh, because it made it. Why did it make it const? Weird. Okay, yeah, that's correct. So now I have this thing. I guess I don't need that. So seek lines, right? Yeah, and I can just make it so it seeks correctly. It doesn't overdo the seeking. Right. And then I guess what I want is another function like this. Right, and okay, and this needs to go down here. And yeah, I don't know the offset. That's annoying. I guess we will just return the relative position. That's okay for now. And I guess we need to somehow make this I could make that again a function. It kind of makes sense. Okay, I did it the wrong way. Oops. Refactor. Yeah, I don't want the output. Okay. And now we just need to basically do benchmark like this. It just runs with the file name. So we open the file and then, yes, we need to seek one line. But then we just do while not f bed. So one Sudoku file right. We start at line 2. Now we print +1, right? Yes. So we start at line 1, that's fine. What are the parameters again? My memory is really short. Global stats solved incorrect, right? Which is basically where the heck is it? Oh, this, yes. Yeah. right. And then this thing at the end, right. Okay, so this should still work, or maybe not. 1 minus 1. Yes. Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay, so now it's running the 10,000, fine. Okay, I guess let's see what happens. I have no idea how long this will be running. I guess I can just make if line modulo 1000 is 0, then at line just have a debug print so I see that stuff is happening. Okay. I should have actually checked how big the file is. I actually have no idea, but that's pretty easy to check. So where the heck is it? It is 9 million lines. Okay. Well, okay, this will take a while. Looking at how fast the numbers are going up. Okay, so I think I will just leave it for next time. I will definitely upload the stats to the GitHub repo to just see like how well we are doing. And I need to read up on the swordfish variants because I might have some misconceptions. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me in this crazy long stream again. If you are watching live, thanks for sticking. If you're watching the recording, well then thanks for managing to watch this crazy long recording as usual. You know, have a nice day, have a nice evening, good night, good morning, whichever applies. See you next time.